Hey, what's up, guys? Okay, so today's question is from Mike L. And so Mike wants to launch a business and a brand in 2020. And he's asking me, is it too hard to launch a successful business in 2020 because of all the noise out there, the usual stuff, the competitiveness of the market, and so on and so forth? It's an interesting question because launching a brand or a business is difficult anytime, right? Especially now with the kind of, you're right, with the kind of noise to kind of signal ratio in any given market segment, it is indeed difficult to launch a successful business unless, of course, you hit on some fundamentals. The first is niche, right? So if you're trying to be a little generic in your market segment and trying to target a generic audience, then yes, it's going to be very difficult. It was always difficult and it will continue to be difficult. So niching down within your market segment, especially niching the audience down, I think is fundamental. It's key. Next, of course, building a robust brand strategy. Even if you're a one-man show or one-woman show, one-person show, you need a brand strategy. A brand strategy is nothing but a plan of how you're going to position the brand, the kind of message that you're going to broadcast, and how you're going to align with your target audience. That's it, right? So having a plan is important. And if you've been brainstorming your business and your market segment, you might think that you have nailed these down in your mind, right? But it has to be a formal process. You got to go through a structured process to create a brand strategy, a brand story, a positioning kind of statement, so to speak, right? So that is very fundamental. And then marketing, right? So you create the brand strategy, and then marketing, which includes, of course, your visual identity and things like that. These are critical. Getting them right, communicating the right kind of message is, of course, critical. And the other part of marketing is utilizing social media channels, but then there's so much noise, right? There's so much going on that simply turning up on social media and expecting results is not going to cut it. It did not cut it in 2019, 2018. It's not going to cut it in 2020. What would make a difference, though, is creating engaging conversations online, right? So focus your strategy and also your time and effort and whatever resources you have on coming up with ideas to create engagement, to create conversations, right? So forget about, discounts and things like that. They are tactics, they have a place, but start with saying, how do I create a conversation with my target audience, right? So if you look at the fundamentals, now, of course, this is a very broad category, and this little video, 4 to 5 minute is not enough to go into all the details. But the question was, is it hard to launch a business in 2020? The answer is no, it isn't, if you take care of the fundamentals, right? So educate yourself, become a brand builder, right? Educate yourself, read articles, watch videos, and go in a structured way. Don't ignore the fundamentals and simply say, well, I know what my company is about. I know what my brand is. I know who I'm targeting. You know what? I'm just going to focus on the product or service. No, go back, step back. All right. So that's the question for today on Ask Mash. See you later.